welcome back to another video. And this video is going to be a little bit of a discussion, and I'm going to throw this out there for people. In fact, let me move my little video thing over so I can have my little cheat sheet notes here as I am discussing it for you guys. There we go. I've got this in front of me, so let's get cracking. Okay, the subject of today's video is why I don't get facials anymore. And I grew up with my Hungarian mother and grandmother being a huge proponent of facials. And I talked about this a couple of videos ago, I guess a few weeks ago, about, kind of like beauty trait secrets that my mother instilled on me. And of course, she was a huge proponent in those days, especially in the 60s and 70s, and also in the 80s, up until the 90s, I think, getting facials for herself, and also obviously making me go get my facials. I had my first facial, I think, when I was about, I think I was about 14 or 15 years old. I don't forget that lightly because this is kind of a funny story. One of the facials that I got was down in Miami Beach. I was raised in Miami Beach, and in the 70s they had a very exclusive salon that was touted and renowned for these rejuvenating facial peels in those days. Now, come to think on it, I think they used a lot of probably alpha hydroxy acids or linoleic acids or lipoic or something that was a huge peel. I mean, literally your face peeled off, like your skin peeled off and shed like a lizard. I kid you not. But this was like a high-end salon. It had this, secret method of doing these peels. And basically, A, it was for rejuvenation for older women, but B, it was used for acne and very, like cystic acne, very high peeling acids is the only way I could describe it. And then you would sign up for these sessions and go in periodically and have a face peel. Now, when I was about 14, 15 years old, I did have some, what I would call pretty, not severe acne, but it was up there. It was definitely a huge breakout year for me. And my mother, of course, did not want me to have scars, did not want to have the situation going on forever. So she basically brought me in for my first facial and also for this chemical peel. Now, the interesting part was that one of the people that did the peels for me, or at least oversaw it, was Sylvester Stallone's mother. I kid you not. Let me take a sip here. So she and her partner, and I never forget, his name was Sir Roderick, I believe. He was an English gentleman. They had a skin salon in South Beach. Again, very exclusive. And you went in there, and Sylvester Stallone was not widely known at the time. He had not made Rocky at the time. He was just in the middle of, I think, writing it, and also, trying to, I guess, sell the script to the movie industry, okay? And sorry, pardon me, but there's over 4,000 on our pollen count today in Atlanta. So if I'm a little froggy or hoarse, that's the reason. So anyway, he had just finished The Lords of Flatbush, I believe was that movie. And his mother talked to my mom about this wonderful son that she had. And she had, of course, a scrapbook, and she brought it out. And she was so proud of him, and talking about how he's such a wonderful boy and so handsome, and he's out making this movie. This was his breakout movie, The Lords of Flatbush. And you guys can see it, I think it's probably available on Netflix or all over the place. And how he's working on this wonderful boxing movie script that he's working on. And she was very proud of him and everything. So that's kind of my little side story on that. It's fun how, you know, we go through life and things that are so insignificant, just a chatter between two moms, two proud moms, you know, just chattering away. And then all of a sudden, fast forward, this man is a remarkable personality and a remarkable individual, you know, that made all of these movies. It's just amazing. But I digress. So back to my story. So I had these facials done and these chemical peels done, and my skin did improve. And over the years, I did go back for a number of times. And then, of course, then I went to different salons. I went to Elizabeth Arden. I went to, I think over here, I did Seidel, Spa Seidel. I've done Face Logic. I've done Merle Norman didn't have any facials, so I didn't go to Merle Norman, and things like that. So I always went to some sort of facial place, is what I'm saying. But lately, I think the past, I would say 5 to 7 years, I have not been getting a facial at all. I found that my skin was getting more benefits using some of the skincares that I have been using. So the facial peels that I've got, the masking that I do, the special night creams and day creams that I use. Now with the ordering some of the ordinary products, also the alpha hydroxy acids, the lipoic acids that I got from the Ordinary, and then the other two ingredients that I found the most beneficial for, you know, skin texture and skin rejuvenation is retin-A, of course, and differin or adapalene. So since I've been picking these up and using them consistently, I've found less and less of a need to actually have someone go and handle my skin. Okay, not that I'm against it, but A, as far as time, B, as far as money, facials are not cheap. I think the cheapest that you can get these days is about $55 to $60 and up. And then you know that you go into a facial place and they always upsell you. So it's not just about the facial, but it's a certain peels or masks that they want to put on your face. And then, of course, that's another $5 or another $10 by the time you come out of there. And then, of course, they soft sell you on your skincare, on their specific skin line. So whatever it is that your spa, you know, that you're going to, they are going to soft sell you, just know it, on their facial cleansers or toners or masks or whatever it is that they're you know, want to sell you, because they make, you know, some sort of commission. I mean, that's just the way it is. So some of the notes that I wanted to mention here, and I'll go and look at this, hang on a second, is so why don't I go to get the facials? Aside from that, one of the things is I found if it's not done right, okay, you have to be very, very careful on your who you're choosing for an esthetician, who you are choosing, where you are going, if they're reputable, you know, business license, all of this, because your skin is very precious and it's very sensitive. And if they put chemicals and things on your face that are not, let's just say, tested extensively, it could do more harm than good. And the second thing is, if you don't have an esthetician that knows what they are doing with your face, you can develop scars. I mean, there's all kinds of smaller utensils and instruments that they use on your skin. They'll have a certain needle or pick if they are trying to get out a whitehead. If you have acne and there are some, you know, it's come to head, and there's a pus head on it, they'll go ahead and they'll pop that, and they'll put, of course, alcohol or astringent on it, and get all that gunk out of there. They use their fingers and they press against some of these blackheads also to try to get them out. They'll use certain utensils to try to get into the pores and to basically push down on the pores. They kind of push it down like this. Imagine that the blackhead is right in, you know, in the center, they will push down with this utensil around it and push down heavily so that the blackhead kind of pops out so that they can get to it. So, yeah, when you come home from a facial, and I know you know this, guys, if you come home from a facial, you kind of look worse for wear for the next couple of days till your face kind of heals up and is not traumatized anymore. You have to be very gentle in your cleansers. You have to be very, you know, stay away from harsh masks or any peels or anything like that, because your face does go through a mini, with the extractions that they do, they call them extractions, it goes through some trauma. It really does. And again, if you have a wonderful esthetician that you trust and it's a, you know, professional, your face will look beautiful on about that third or fourth day once it calms down and everything's okay, you know, and it gets back into the swing of things. I do remember when I had my facials, especially when I was younger, that unblocking all my pores and extracting all my blackheads and pimples and all of that, my skin would be so oily. It would just overproduce. The sebum oil would just go flowing through my skin. And for about a week and a half, my skin would be a lot more oilier, but clearer, but oilier, if that makes sense, than when I first went in there. And it was basically, it unclogged everything and it was allowed to come out so that you could wash your face gently, and you know, the oil would come out and be, you know, eliminated by the washing. If you left it like that for a while, and that's why you went back for facials, it would clog your pores. So you would actually have dry skin, although you had acne and you had supposedly oily skin, but your skin would start to feel dry just because it was all blocked up in there, especially around the nose area, okay? Sippy, sippy. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys. I didn't want to stay on here too long, but I wanted to let you know one of the reasons why I don't feel the need to do facials any longer. And I might go back, you know, maybe for a special occasion and do it. I don't know. I'm not, nothing is written in stone, as they say. Nothing is written in stone. Tomorrow I could wake up and feel like having a facial just to have one, because it is a very relaxing, nice experience. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you're treated like a queen. You go in there and, you know, it's just nice to have people kind of, you know, take care of you and clean you out and make you feel pampered and everything. And a lot of people go away to spas. I mean, there's, you know, a number of beautiful spas around here and up in the mountains, and of course in Carolinas also, that are very exclusive, and people go in for their rejuvenation and their, you know, stem to stern, as I say, spa stuff, you know, their body massages and their facials and their how do you call it, those what do they call those things, the sulfur, you know, baths that are very beneficial. So there are benefits to it, and I do encourage you to at least try getting facials, especially if your skin needs it. I'm all about doing that. I'm just saying for myself, for the stuff that I have been using for my face lately, you know, like the retin-A and the differin and the alpha hydroxy acids and all of that, I don't feel the need to right now go and spend the money and do it. So that's one of the reasons I don't do it, and I hope that my face looks okay for you guys, you know. And also, obviously, what you eat matters too. So changing your habits as far as eating processed foods, processed sugars, white sugars, simple carbohydrates, a lot of pastas, a lot of things that you know, they just don't do anything for your skin and your health. They really don't. So that's it, guys. I hope that you found this video helpful. Please subscribe if you can. Again, my subscription is like 90% don't subscribe. They just watch my videos and watch all kinds of, I mean, I have a lot of videos up there, and a lot of people are watching a lot of my videos and seem to be bouncing to a number of videos. But guys, please try to commit if you can. I promise I don't bug you and I don't send out or blast you with notifications. So please go ahead and be my friend, and go ahead and subscribe so that it helps my rankings. And the more subscribers that I do get, obviously the more I rank in YouTube. So YouTube then pushes the videos out to more people. And obviously share my videos. If you find these videos helpful and the information helpful to you guys, please go ahead and share them with your friends and family so that they are getting the benefits of my wisdom as well. Okay, I love you guys. Until later, I will see you, and have a great weekend, a great day out. Be with your family. Blessings to everyone. Bye-bye.